Started from the central Indian cities of Nagpur and Raipur, a little detour to the northeast mountains of Guwahati. We finally come to the coastline. First, Visakhapatnam, and now for the final act at Thiruvananthapuram. Hello and welcome to the 5th T20I of the IDFC First Bank Series. A last opportunity for both India and New Zealand before the big event, the World Cup, starting from the 7th of February. And we are in Thiruvananthapuram, capital city of Kerala, God's own country. Proper sea of blue. A lot of 45s, a lot of 18 and 63 as well, but quite a few. Number 9s, that is Sanju Samson, his backyard. At this stadium here. Proper definition of what we call a sea of blue here in this wonderful venue. Ooh, swing and a miss, didn't step out this time. And then 3 out of the last 4 games for first ball itself. A lot more watchful.
Practice.
There he goes. Over covers. Has it gone on the way? Yes, it has. But a very early contender for.
He can afford.
Sanju Samson. Oh, that's very nicely placed. Washed the ball onto the bat and placed it to perfection.
That's smart cricket.
Steps out now. Hasn't got a lot of it, but enough to get to the boundary. 14 from the first.
So.
Outside edge. Got the rub of the green, Sanju Samson. Streaky, but will take it.
New Zealand opting not to go with a genuine slip, even if it's a sort of a...
Every single is being cheered. That's in the gap. That sounded so good. He races to 18 of 7, Abhishek. Change though. Goes over long on, and he goes a long way. 15 from this over.
Stumps. And if you're moving outside leg stump, you also run the risk of doing exactly that. Exposing the inside edge.
Miss hit. Should be gone, and yes it is. Another low score for Sanju Samson. It has been a previous game because of a niggle. A superb over from Lockie Ferguson. Just a couple of singles.
Deep, what's also interesting is we spoke about one local boy, Sanju Samson. We had another local boy, but he's not.
That had to happen. Down the ground. But was it quite over so far? But not anymore. 6 from this over. 30.
That one's away, just over the head of extra cover, and it almost carried all the way. Just inside the ropes from Ishan. Oh, this will go all the way, I think. And it does. Outside third of the bat, but very small square boundaries with pace on. Bowled in! Pace on from Ferguson. 145 and change, and he cleans up Abhishek. Middle. Priya Kumar Yadav a little bit. They felt there was quite a bit of dew last night. Themselves a little bit. A score on the board. Ishsodi into the attack. Timing and placement. Gorgeous from the skipper.
Magnificent shot. Perfection in that shot, isn't it? Have a look at the way
He's been back to his form again. Back amongst runs.
Decent from Ishsodi to finish the power play. India after 6:54. Off, or really just try and cramp him for room. He goes wide. And Sky goes bang. How far? A long way. Pretty sure my neck was a lot sorer than yours in the day though, Sonny. Wicket drives it into the surface. 5 from the Sant.
In his slot, and there was only one way it was going. Ishan Kishan into the act, welcoming East Sodi with a maximum. First over in the power play. It's a modern way of doing things, Smithy and Sunny G. Goes straight. Just short of Finn Allen there at long off. That was a very, very poor way to finish the over. Goes straight. A couple of steps towards the bowler. And he's drilled it straight over the boundary. So slow, but beautifully hit through the offside. Had to wait on it, Ishan Kishan. Goes leg side this time. And it's been dealt with. Punched very powerfully there through the offside. A couple of runs to finish the 10th over.
Here's a case in point. Jamieson opening the bowling, 1 over.
Surya Kumar Yadav launches one. Really well done. Lockie Ferguson there. But this has gone all the way. Convincing from Ishan Kishan.
Batting.
Full toss, couldn't put it away. But still 10 coming off that over after 11. India 1-1-2.
Side. Like that.
And what an innings this has been. He's in red hot form. And in the gap, no chance for the fielders.
I just think that
It's lucky. And that too should run away for 4. Another expensive over for East Sodi. Down the track. And this time over mid-wicket. He is priming. Goes reverse, switch, whatever you want to call it. But he's dealing in boundaries. So 23 so far from this. 6 again. Oh, you have to feel for East.
Ferguson. Nice link for Lockie Ferguson, whose comeback performance. Simon Dool.
Does he get the...
That's a really top shot. I know these aren't big boundaries. I know in lost 3 balls. Slower ball into the surface. We'll get 4 for it. Wasn't quite where he was aiming, but that's the nature of T20 cricket, and there's a smile between. It's the single to end a foot.
150, the quickest.
1 bounce and 4 more to add to the list, Simon.
Yes, 126 balls faster than anyone.
And it's destined towards us in the commentary box, about 10 feet below us. And that was off, yeah. No, see, Jacob Duffy almost fell over on his follow through. He didn't even bother looking up where that one went. 50 for the captain. Gorgeous shot that is. That is just wonderful, manipulative batting. Talk about holding the shot. Talk about holding the pose. That is about as good as you. that time. Run past Swan and Santner because he does not give up. Perseveres. Absolutely perseveres and gets his man in the end. Really good delivery. But now for New Zealand to limit the damage, they've either got to keep Ishan Kishan away from the... Not sure about that. That is out. Should be out. No. I don't believe.
At the downfall of the Indian skipper. Hardik Pandya just laid back on that. That is unbelievably good. It really is, to find the leg side, almost backward of point in square leg. Hammered hard, beats Finn Allen for 4.
Look at
Is it in the gap? I think it is in the gap, and it's all the way as well. Goes again, and that'll be it. Brilliant from Ishan Kishan. His maiden T20 100 comes in international cricket.